How important is it for men to have a waist size that is less than 40 inches and for women to have a waist size that is less 35 inches or less? We're going to talk about this today. It's a discovery I just made last night. And to be honest with you, it's shaking me up a little bit. So I'm processing this new information live here, um, right with you. But before I get into that, let's hit the headlines of my weekly check-in of my weight loss journey. I weighed in today. My weight was 243.5 pounds. Last Friday, my weight was 243.4 pounds. So I gained 1/10 of a pound. A little disappointed because I had a great week as far as sticking to the plan. Every day for the last 7 days, I've had net calories of less than um, 2,000 calories per day. Uh, a good amount, healthy amount of movement this week. I've been rowing, I've been walking, getting steps in. So I have had a calorie deficit between 500 calories and 1,000 calories every day for the last 7 days. So I was a little disappointed that I gained 1/10 of a pound, but there's kind of a 3 to 5 pound swing on any given week. And so, sometimes that swing kind of swings in your favor and you have a massive weight loss of 3 or 4 pounds in a week. And sometimes it kind of swings the other way. And even though you did all the right things, you gain 1/10 of a pound. And that was it for me. I don't feel too bad about it. I'm in this for the long term. And I know if I keep doing what I did this week, I'm going to get where I need to be sooner or later. I'm moving in the right direction. The direction you're moving in is more important than the speed you're moving at. And directionally, I was right on target this week. I feel really good about it. So I'm not even tempted to beat myself up over gaining 1/10 of a pound. I am right on track. Here's the one thing that shocked me though is I've been reading a lot of longevity information. I turned 60. My mortality is clearer than it's ever been. And it's compounded by the fact that I have young kids, 5, 7, 9 year old, every day that, I want to do my best to be here for them in every way I can be. Not just physically, but I want to be healthy and energized and contributing. Um, so I've been looking at indicators of longevity, and I discovered that for men, having a 40-inch waist or smaller is really a threshold where if you go above it, your risk factors go way up. If you're below it, your risk factors go down. I have a lot of women in our community as well. So for women, the threshold is 35-inch waist size. Uh, Above 35, your health risk rapidly escalate. Below 35, they drop dramatically. So that's the threshold you want to be focused on. So I decided I need to measure and find out. And I thought I was moving in the right directions. I wear size 40 jeans, pants, and then with my weight loss, my high is 280 pounds. At one point, I was wearing 44-inch pants. So I'm down to 40, and those 40s have been, over the last month, have been getting loose. When I put my belt on, it kind of bunches up. Now, it does kind of fit underneath my belly. So I knew that's not an exact indicator of what my waist size was, but I definitely have been. I've dropped my pant size 4 inches, and then these are starting to get loose. Um, so I thought, I'm probably, right around that 40-inch waistline mark. And I'm going to come back to the waistline of my pants here. So come back, hold on for that. Um, but let's talk about the risk factors. And now, let's see. I'm sorry. I'm scrolling through my notes here. Here are the risk of having a waist size over 40 inches. So, type 2 diabetes progression. I have type 2 diabetes. Uh, Men with a waist above 40 inches have a 2 to 3 times higher risk of developing or worsening diabetes compared to those below 40 inches. Well, there you go. Reducing to 40 inches is associated with approximately a 30 to 50% reduction in progression risk. So I can really impact my diabetes. Now, the weight loss I've already experienced has helped it. My A1C with medication is under 6.0. It's in the high fives, which is technically pre-diabetes, but I'm doing it with medication. If I have over a 40-inch waist, it's associated with a 1.5 to 2 times higher risk of coronary artery disease. If I can drop to a 40-inch waist, it will reduce my 10-year cardiovascular event risk by 20 to 35%. Each 4 to 5 inch reduction in waist circumference reduces systolic blood pressure by 5 to 10 points. I can reduce my risk of stroke by 20% if I get a 40-inch waist. Fatty liver reduces liver fat by 30 to 60% if you get down to 40 inches. Decreases your risk of fatty liver disease, and what is it called? Alcoholics get it, but where you damage your liver. The technical term is slipping my mind, but you decrease that risk by 20 to 30%. I have sleep apnea. I use CPAP. Getting down to a 40-inch waist will reduce that strain by 25 to 30%. Here's the big one. Abdominal obesity above 40 inches carries approximately a 20 to 40% higher mortality risk versus lower weight categories. 20 to 40% higher mortality risk. So if I can get down to a 40-inch waist, I reduce my mortality risk by 20 to 40%. That is huge. So, So we're not talking, I'm not talking about cosmetics anymore, although it's good to look better. We're talking about reducing a major adverse health event. Okay. So what's the situation with me? Again, I've had my 40-inch pants I've been wearing, and those are getting loose. I'm down from a 44-inch pant size, waist size. So I didn't, because my belly is kind of above, sticks out some over my belt line. I knew I could be above 40 inches, but I was shocked when I measured my waist. I was going to pull out the tape. I have a cool tape measure I got to measure my waist. Guess I'll have to show that another time. But I use this tape measure that's kind of makes it easy for you to measure your waist. I'll show it in another video here. Okay, get to the point, Chris. All right, I measured my waist. It was 48 inches. I couldn't believe it. I was stunned. That's after losing 40 pounds. You measure, one thing you need to be careful to do, you're measuring halfway between the bottom of your ribs and your hip bone. So, and my belly sags a little bit, so it's important that you don't use the navel as a reference point, but halfway between the bottom of your ribs, your hip bones. For me, that's about 2 inches above my belly button, 48 inches. I was stunned. And then I was like, how in the world could I have a 48-inch waist if I'm wearing 40-inch pants? I mean, I know my belly sticks out some, but it doesn't stick out that much. And so what I did is I used that tape measure to measure the pants I'm wearing right now. Now, although they say 40-inch waist, it's a 43.5-inch waist. So I'm guessing this is marketing. People prefer to buy a smaller size regardless of what the reality is. So it appears pant sizes have inflated over the years. So a 40-inch waist is actually a 43.5-inch waist, at least in the pants I'm wearing. So don't believe your pant size. Marketers are lying to you. They want you to feel slimmer than you are, so you'll buy their pants. That's the way. When you're fat, that's how you think. Oh, this is obviously the correct measure, the 40-inch one. There's no way I'm 43.5 inches, and then above my belly I'm 48 inches. So there you go. It's difficult to face that. Uh, I had no idea I had a 48-inch waist. But I'm glad I got the information. I'm facing reality. And this 48-inch waist represents a massive health risk to me. And so I can channel that. I've got the facts. The truth is our friend. The truth will set you free. And so now I'm going to start measuring my waist along with my weight as I weigh in every week. All right. Hey, thanks for sharing the journey with us or in with me. If you measure your waist today, put that in the comments and let me know, is it what you expected, more or less than you expected? And let me know if you knew the significance of having a 40-inch waist, or for women, 35-inch waist. Got a school community. Link is in the video description. Join me and my friends as we are on this journey using a GLP-1 to get ourselves healthy and have a vital 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond. And GLP-1 is a big part of that journey. That's it. I'll see you in the next one.